Greetings, fellow Americans. With this presentation, I am issuing a challenge to President Obama, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, and House Speaker John Boehner. A challenge to a public debate where they can defend their individual tax proposals against that of the fair tax, a national sales tax that I, along with 80 U.S. representatives and senators, plus a greater field of distinguished economists, are advocating as the best replacement for the current income, payroll, and corporate tax system. I am challenging the President, the Majority Leader, and the Speaker to step out from behind their pulpits and stand before the American public to size up their proposals against the fair tax, which not only has the greatest congressional sponsorship of any proposed tax reform measure, but also has the greatest potential to restore and sustain an unprecedented growth in our economy. I want the American people to see that any income, payroll, and corporate tax system, and especially one that requires the revenues now needed by our government to stay afloat, is obsolete in this world of increasing numbers of industrialized nations, nations that we must compete with but cannot because of the inherent obstructiveness and destructiveness of an income and corporate tax system. I want the American people to see that their livelihoods, financial future, and medical care absolutely will not be provided for by either a marginal or flat income tax system. Systems that are too narrow in their collection base, physically obstructive and destructive to our industrial competitiveness at home and abroad, and most importantly, demoralizing to the American worker, whose increased productivity is not met with appropriate reward, but with the burden of increased taxation. Ladies and gentlemen, the President has repeatedly offered to entertain ideas that address our nation's ills from among his constituents. And he has also stated that change will come from outside Washington, not from inside. So I want to challenge him to step up to his words and accept my challenge. I want the President, the Senate Leader, and the House Speaker to show the American people that they are examining all possibilities for the restoration of our economy and doing so in front of the public, not behind closed doors. My fellow Americans, as you well know, I cannot be successful in this challenge without your active support. If you are one who believes that there are questions that need to be asked and answers that need to be explained before your representatives commit you to a path from which there may be no favorable correction, then I need you to pass this message to your family, friends, local and national media, and then call, write, and email your federal representatives and demand the fair tax be given the public forum I have recommended. Do not allow your representatives to convince you that this is a matter best left to the Ways and Means Committee in the House of Representatives, because this is too important to all of us, and especially our children, for which you and I are ultimately responsible for their futures. The longer we wait to act, the more likely a bad plan emerges, which combined with irresponsible spending will assure our course is set for a depression, a destination far more devastating than the momentary stop we have made at recession. If our elected representatives are truly sincere to their campaign pledges, then meeting the challenge made by this one citizen, speaking out for the benefit of every American, will be perhaps the easiest challenge they face in the coming years. I thank you for listening to this presentation, and I welcome your support. Now, let's get to work.